Hi, C1. Hi, everybody. Thanks for being early. We're going to go ahead and get class started in about 4 minutes. 4 minutes. So take your time, get some water. I have my water bottle here. Hi, Dahyun. Hi, Dahyun. I see you put your headphones on. Maybe you can hear me. I don't know. But welcome in, everybody. We're going to get class started in about 3 minutes. 3 minutes. Okay, got about 2 minutes. So we're going to start 2 minutes. Okay, everybody. Hopefully you guys are all around. Should be coming back to the computers, turning our cameras on. Maybe you're around listening to my voice through your headphones. Okay. Come on back. Turn those cameras on. Sorry if you're eating and I caught you in the act of eating. Maybe. Hi, everybody. Hi, hi, hi. Hello, hello. How are we all doing today? Do we know how to use the fun Zoom React features to do some fun thumbs up or a heart or a smiley face or something like that? Are we doing good? Ah, I love it. Look at that, C1. Very nice. All the thumbs up there. Great. It's great to be meeting you guys. I'm so glad to see all of your faces. Let's make sure. All right. Let me go ahead and share my slides with you all so we can get this started, okay? Okay, let's go. Okay, can you see my slides okay? Should say welcome to the pre-college program. Great, awesome. So, welcome. Thanks so much for being here. I'm so excited to be teaching you today. Welcome to the program. I'm really excited to be your instructor. I want to start by telling you a little bit about myself. My name is Professor Holloway. So throughout the semester and this year, you can call me Professor Holloway. Feel free to chat me on Canvas or any of the various areas you might find me. I was born in Texas in the United States. If you know anything about Texas, maybe cowboys or something like that. Pretty fun. And now I am living in Boston in the United States. So I'm all the way across the world from you guys. But I've lived in Seoul in South Korea before for a little bit of time, and I've lived in Taipei for a little bit of time, and London and Berlin. So I have been around where you guys are at Hanyang University, and I'm excited to see or learn about you guys and what you get up to on the campus over there. Awesome. So for this class, I'm hoping to create a very comfortable environment for you all to thrive in. In this class, know that failure is totally okay. We're here to fail fast and learn. And so we're all here to continue to learn. And so there's no shame in getting anything incorrect. Putting your best guess forward is the best that you can do. And if it's wrong, that's okay. That's totally fine. I've got your back. So if you get something wrong, I'll make sure to correct you or, you know, so that we all have the right answer together in these classes. So, and we're all here to help each other understand the material. So if you think someone's wrong, feel free to raise your hand and tell us what's going on, or so we can all help each other learn. Okay? And especially as English learners, it might be slightly difficult sometimes for you to get the right words out or make sure you're understanding the material in the best ways. So it's totally okay to take the time to gather your thoughts, make sure you get it up to speed in the English that you want to say. And it's okay if the English is not perfect. Hopefully, I should be able to understand because I mean, Korean is not, I don't speak Korean. So it'd be very difficult for me to speak Korean to you. So it might be difficult for you to speak English. And that's okay. It's totally fine. One thing I do want to ask is that if I ever get your name wrong, please tell me because I don't want to go a full year with saying your name wrong, which would be not very nice to you. If I ever say it wrong, just say sorry, Professor. My name is Dae-hyun, not Da-hyun, or something like that. So hopefully I pronounced that right, and that's okay. I'm just so sorry if I ever get your name wrong. So as for my personal rules of the classroom. A big ask is that you participate. Please raise your hands to volunteer or to ask questions. This class is all about participation and there's a lot of debate and being able to talk to each other throughout the class. So it's super interactive and I will hopefully not be speaking for most of the time is the hope. However, this class, I will be speaking a lot today today specifically, but in the future classes, I hope that you will be taking the initiative, raising your hand, volunteering, and speaking for each other. Great. And if no one raises their hand for a conversation or a question, I might be forced to call on people. And nobody wants that, right? Nobody wants to be called on randomly. So if you want to raise your hand, that would be really great. So now to a little bit more of the program. In this pre-college program, we'll be learning about critical thinking, teamwork, and problem solving. So we'll go through what algorithmic thinking is and how to interact with other people and the many ways that you can break down a problem. It's going to be 2 weeks of pretty intense work, but it will set a great foundation for your year ahead together with me as your professor. So, and generally in college, it will help you set a good foundation. So the focus of this program, this pre-college program, is on skills that you can use in many different disciplines, from biology to history to chemistry to math. You can hopefully use these skills to help you prepare for real-world challenges and for college generally as these 4 years come by. So let's go ahead and share out our goals for the class today. So I'm gonna come down and stop sharing so that I can see all of your wonderful faces again. And we're gonna go ahead and do a share out of one of your goals that you set as part of your pre-class work. Do you remember the goal setting part of your pre-class work? Yeah, I hope so. Hope you brought some. So I'm just gonna go from top around and around and around on my screen. And then I just want to hear one goal that you have for these 2 weeks, okay? So first on my screen is C1. C1.
Hello. One of my goals. Wait, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Great.
Okay, okay. One of my goals I set for this 2 weeks is overcoming my social anxiety by talking to a new person every day. Yes.
Wow, that's a great goal. Yes, yeah, being shy is difficult and overcoming that can take a lot of bravery. So be brave. I will mention brave souls today a lot when I ask for hands. Any brave souls out there? Any brave people? So it's nice to see you being brave and meeting new people. Next on my screen is Daehyun. What's one of your goals?
Hmm. Wait, can
Uh,
you?
Oh, there's two Daehyuns. Oh, is there two Daehyuns? Or Daehyun and Daehyun? Are they different? There's Daehyun Kwan and Daehyun Oh. Yes, there's two of you. Let's go to Daehyun Kwan.
Oh, can you hear me?
Yes.
One of my goal is over the next 2 weeks, I will aim to complete or test tasks for a group project at least one day ahead of the deadline. This will
Nice.
help me ensure I have time to make revisions and review the work.
Great. That's awesome. That's a good goal. I have no idea if you'll have time to finish it a day in advance. Most of your things will be done together as a collaborative group after class. So you'll finish it on the day of, which is good. So I don't know. But looking at the instructions beforehand is probably a good idea. So that'll be good too. So thanks for that goal. It's very nice. Next on my screen is Jung Woo. Did I say your name right?
Yes. Uh, my goal is to get to know friends. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good goal. I like it. Getting to know friends. Good goal in college for sure is making new friends, of course. Oh, great. Um, Junso.
Yes, my goal is to develop communication skills.
Nice. We love that. We love it. Communication is big in this class as we will be talking a lot to each other. So good to be developing communication skills. Um, Yesul. Is that right?
Yes, is that right? uh, these 2 weeks, I will prepare for the rest of my classes and grow confidence in my English skill. I hope so.
Great. Yes, that's good. That's a good goal. I hope you become confident in your English skills too. Oops, sorry. I might have asked you to unmute. I was going to mute you. Sorry. But great goal. Thank you. Next is Ju Hyung Kim.
Uh, Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah. My goal is overcoming the fear of speaking in English in front of many people by talking a lot with many people using English.
You're doing great already. So
Thank you.
I'll say that much for sure. That was great. And I like that goal. It's great. You'll be speaking a lot of English, at least to me. So that'll be fun. Yongchan.
Um, my goal is to successfully adjusting to this college. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great goal. Adjusting to college is a big deal. And your first months and years away can be a lot, especially if you moved away from home after high school. And so you're not with your parents anymore. So it can be difficult. But it's also very fun because you get to meet a lot of new friends. And it'll be good. So great goal. Unsol.
My goal is improving my ability to make my opinion clear in English by talking to other people in the camp program.
Nice. Great. Yes, you will be doing hopefully a lot of that. Dongha.
Hello. My goal is study at least 20 words a day because yesterday when I read this book, I have too many words I don't know.
Aha. Yes, that's good. Studying a lot will definitely help and making sure you're able to figure out the words that you need to know, which might bring us to our glossary, if you have heard of that from here, and putting the words that you don't know into the glossary before class. So I can help you with those words, or you can find the definition online as well. So, Hyojin.
Yes, my goal is to make friends with new people during the camp.
Awesome.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, making friends is great. You did good. Perfect. Yunsong, is that right?
Uh, I will improve my English conversation skills by confidently expressing my opinions in class discussions.
Great. Absolutely. That's great. I am excited to hear your voice in class discussions. So hopefully that will be many times. And now we come to Daeyun. Oh, and I don't know if I said it right. So make sure I say it right.
Can you hear me, Professor?
Yes.
Okay, so I think one of my goal is to master debate and discussion class, because I think if I remind of my high school or middle school age, I think I didn't have a lot of time to debate or listen to other people's ideas. So maybe I wish this boot camp could be the chance to master this, this skills.
Great. Absolutely. I agree. That'll be fun. We're gonna have many debates in this class and discussions. So that's a great goal, and I love it. So, Yerim,
My goal is developing my ability to communicate in English.
great. That's a good goal, especially for this class. If it's your first time speaking in a majority English class, it can be really daunting. So I really hope you can continue to do well in that goal. Jamin,
My goal is get used to English more and prepare for my college life.
good goals, good goals. Preparing for college life will be very fun in these next few weeks. And last but not least, Seon or Soan? How do you say your name?
Yes, Paul.
Soan.
My goal is to improve my time management skills by creating a detailed daily schedule.
Daily schedule. I like it. That sounds great. That's so fun. I love having a daily schedule for sure. So great goals, everybody. That's so fun. I'm so excited to see how your English skills grow for all of you who said you want to get more proficient in English and for all the other goals. They are so great and so good. So I'm excited to see how that goes. Okay, let's go ahead and move back to the slides. Let me share my screen with you real quick. Hmm. One moment. Okay, you should be able to see the slides. So, as we go through this class, I want to just emphasize that this space that we are in, the Zoom sessions, is a safe space. And so there's a lot of words on this screen. Do not feel like you have to read them all. I will begin speaking and describing them to you, so that's okay. But we're making a safe space here together. And so there are four pillars of this safe space that I want to describe to you now. And so the first one is respect and inclusion. So when we're in this space, just treating everybody with respect and making sure everyone feels like they are included in this discussion, in this space. And it's okay to have multiple perspectives and different backgrounds and experiences make us all human and stronger. So that's one. Having constructive dialogue. Like I said, listening and disagreeing and debating will be a big portion of this class, really. So when you're debating people, making sure not to become a bully or anything like that, and just disagreeing respectfully. If you think someone's wrong, say why, and don't be so mean, you know? Um, and then zero tolerance for harassment. So no bullying, no personal attacks or being mean to each other, especially as we're coming into college. We want to make friends with everybody, right? We want to make friends. So being nice to each other, and just creating a safe space. And then last, in participation and engagement. Like I said before, raising your hand and participating will be super important this class during these 2 weeks and the next year. So just being present in the situation and being able to raise your hand and volunteer will be very important in creating our safe space for all of us to interact together. Great. Let's go ahead and move to our learning targets. Again, there's a lot of text on the screen here, but don't worry. This is something that you will see all throughout these 2 weeks. A lot of these. Left side is target skills. The middle is learning targets. And then the right is descriptions of those learning targets. And so I'll describe a little bit more about this now so that you're not too confused. So these target skills on the left are the overarching skills that we're going to aim to build through this program. So we've got logical thinking, creativity through inquiry, and interpersonal skills. And so we want to challenge you to develop these skills for the rest of your college life by doing this 2 week intense course. And we're going to be developing those things by focusing on the learning targets, which is that middle column there. And those are a step down from those target skills, and they're slightly more pinpointed on what they're trying to help you learn, right? So we've got algorithmic thinking and critical thinking, problem solving and analogical reasoning, expression, asking the right questions, collaboration, ethical decision making, and communication skills. And so these ones right here, these learning targets, are the ones that you're going to get feedback on and be graded on, right? So grades are always important, right? And throughout this course, you're going to be applying these specific learning targets throughout the assignments. So during your collaboratories, you're going to be collaborating with with each other. You're going to be communicating with each other. So those will be used quite often, those two in the interpersonal skills. And then each assignment might have something different on it. So today we're going to focus very hard on algorithmic thinking and critical thinking, which we'll go into after a brief little reset. Does anyone have any questions so far in class, just before I move on too much? Any questions? No? That's totally okay. We don't have to have any questions right now. Soon we'll get into the volunteering activities where I ask for volunteers. And that's when I'll want some hands to be raised. So specifically today, we're going to be focusing on algorithmic thinking and critical thinking, like I said, right? And before we get started, I'd love to have someone define algorithmic thinking. So, can I get a volunteer to describe and define what algorithmic thinking means? Anybody? What does algorithmic thinking mean? And I will wait for someone to make their best guess. It's totally okay to be wrong, but I'll make us sit here until someone raises their hand and helps me out and helps me find a good answer to this problem. So I would love to hear from you, all of us trying to overcome our anxieties of speaking out, maybe. So I'll wait and listen for a hand to come up. Anybody know what is algorithmic thinking? C1, he's raising his hand.
Yeah. Algorithmic thinking is a way of getting to a solution through the clear definition of the steps needed.
Yes, that is perfect. That is a good answer. Algorithmic thinking is that way of getting a sequence of steps, right, to solve a problem or complete a task. Great answer. Thank you, C1. Before I go any further, I'll just let you all know. Sorry, you can hear the Texan in me when I say y'all, right? On Zoom, you should have as a part of the little react heart thing, inside of there is a raise hand button. And so when you click that, it'll bring you to the top, which will let me know that you've raised your hand. So throughout the class, that's how I'd love it if you could raise your hand so that I know who's raised their hand in this class. So just go ahead and do that when I call for volunteers. But thank you for raising your hand, C1. I was able to get my camera up and able to see your face for that. So that was good. Great. And that was a great definition from C1. Now, I'd love it if one student could define what is an algorithm. So we defined what an algorithmic thinking is, right? And now I want to know, what is an algorithm specifically? Yesul, go ahead.
Yes, I think algorithm is the system to reach the goal.
Yeah,
Maybe,
yeah. Keep going. Keep going. Feel free to keep going.
Maybe algorithm plan the steps and check the details so we can reach the goal step by step.
Absolutely. Yes, that was perfect. Thank you. Thanks for volunteering as well. It was great. So yeah, that was very much right. Is that was that check by check, that step by step um instructions so that I can do the thing. I can to complete the task, right? And to solve a problem. So a set of rules or instructions. So where algorithmic thinking is us creating that step and thinking about how we would do it. An algorithm itself is those steps. It is the 1, 2, 3, get the goal. So they're very similar in the way we think about them. But an algorithm itself could be something like brushing your teeth. And you grab toothpaste, grab a toothbrush, get the thing on the toothbrush, put it up to your teeth, brush your teeth, that kind of thing. And that is an algorithm. So great. Thank you, Yesul and C1 for helping me with that. Now we're going to go on. Sorry, I need some water. Now we're going to go on to our hook of the day, our little activity to start us off today. What is the first step in making a sandwich? Isn't it fun making a sandwich? We all get to eat afterwards. This is out to the whole class. What is the first step in making a sandwich to you? It's not really a wrong answer here. So what's the first step? Raise a hand. Volunteers? Yongchan, go ahead.
Choosing what kind of sandwich you would make is the first step. Like there's a lot of kinds of sandwich, so yeah.
Yeah, that's a great first step. That is a good example of a first step in making a sandwich. Does anyone else have a different first step? Maybe after choosing the sandwich, what would your next step be? Your first step of making a sandwich? Anybody? So you've chosen what sandwich you're going to make. Next, what do you do? What's your next step? Not really a wrong answer. It's whatever you want to do. Anybody volunteer? Hand. I'll wait. Nobody? Someone leave. They're leaving me hanging out here. Siwan, go ahead.
Purchasing the ingredients to make a sandwich would be my next step.
Love that. Yes, absolutely. That's a great next step. Purchasing the ingredients. Wow, I didn't even think of that. I just assumed you had the ingredients already, right? And so that's a great next step. Thank you, Siwan. And some other ones might just be gathering the ingredients if you already have them at the house, maybe like putting them out on the counter, getting them ready. Maybe a first step is just putting the bread on the table. And there's lots of different first steps here, based on the amount of assumptions that you make on them. So very interesting to see all the first steps here. Okay, let's go ahead and go into a little video. It's kind of funny. We're going to watch a funny video about algorithmic thinking and how we create algorithms. So as you watch, think about what the algorithm is and what they could have done better. So it's going to be about sandwiches. So hopefully you enjoy. Okay, let's go into it. You should be able to hear the sound and audio already. So let's do that.
Put the butter knife in the peanut butter. Take the butter knife out of the peanut butter.
You did it wrong. No.
Take the butter knife that has the peanut butter on it and spread it all over the top of the piece of bread.
Dad,
That's the top.
I mean the sides.
Take the butter knife, rub it all over the top of the piece of bread.
I quit. You're not making any sense. He's already ruined it on purpose. He knows how to make one. I know, Evan. It's the joke. It's the game that we're playing. Oh.
Do you know how to eat a piece of bread? You want to take your sandwich with you?
Oh, this is so good.
It looks like a yummy sandwich.
Okay. So that was pretty funny. Possibly, maybe. I hope. So could I have maybe one person tell me what they did wrong with their algorithm or what happened to make it all go wrong? Anybody? Hands? A brave soul? Yes, soul. Go ahead.
Kids say the word didn't correctly.
Yeah, he didn't put the right word on it, or he assumed
Yes.
his dad. He assumed his dad would know that the top of the bread is the white part of it, right? Um, and so that's really the big thing here is assumptions. Um, is what we assume the human that's doing our algorithm will know. And so we have to be specific in our algorithm steps to make sure that they are going to do our algorithm correctly. Because if we don't, if we say just do the top of the bread, well, what is the top of the bread? Who knows what the top of the bread is? I don't. I assume I do, but maybe I don't if I don't know, if they don't give me the right words to do it. So great. Thanks everybody. It might play again real quick when I click, but hopefully it doesn't.
Put the butter knife in the peanut butter.
Yeah, sorry about that. Okay, so now we're going to go to our group glossary as a class. So let's make sure now we're here. So if you have never seen this document before, this is our glossary as for our cohort hotel. And in this glossary, when you're reading your pre-class work, you can add words into this glossary every day. And you want to put the term on the left, and then you want to put the definition in the middle here. And you want to look it up on Google or through your friends or somehow, and you want to put the definition here so that we all are knowing what the word is that you're doing. And if we have any clarifications we need to make throughout the week, these 2 weeks of classes, we definitely can. But first, I just want to go ahead and define algorithm together. So can someone remind me, how did we define algorithm? How did Yesul describe algorithm to us? Anybody who is not Yesul remember what an algorithm is? What is an algorithm?
Maybe you said the algorithm is the step. Is it right?
Oh, not you, Yesul. You already told us what it was.
Okay.
Oh, that's great though. But a set of steps, right? To and what are we trying to do with those steps? Not Yesul, not Yesul. Someone else. Thank you, Yesul, for coming out and volunteering. But I'm waiting for a nice hand from a brave soul out there who can tell us what an algorithm is. Maybe so on.
Algorithm involves breaking down problems into manageable parts and take step by step.
So that's algorithmic thinking for sure. And so that's the idea of breaking things down into a set of steps, right? And then our algorithm itself, right, is the set of steps that we made through algorithmic thinking. And those set of steps is to complete a task or solve a problem. So good to know what an algorithm is. And you got the algorithmic thinking part perfect and right there, so on. So great job. And then throughout the week, I would love it if you guys keep adding to this. It should be a part of your pre-class work. So you should have words that you want to add to it every day. And it'd be great if you continue to add them so that we can continue going over them all the days. So does anyone have some other words they want to add to the glossary at this time? Syllabus. I see a syllabus. Yes. Look at that. So someone has put in the word syllabus here, and they said a plan showing the subjects or books to be studied in a particular course. And that is definitely correct. You guys have a syllabus that's telling you all the things that happen in this course that you should be looking at. And it tells you what things are going to be graded and how they're going to be graded. So great to know what's on your syllabus, especially in the coming years. You'll want to know what you're going to be studying and each of the things that each of your classes that you take will have a syllabus attached to it, right? So great. Thanks someone for adding this. I'm not sure who it was. It's anonymous. So great. Throughout the week, please feel free to use this as your like group dictionary of things that we're adding, especially since a lot of you mentioned that you wanted to get better in your English skills. So anything that you've come across in the readings that you don't like understand, put it in here, define it, because maybe other people don't know what it means either. So it'll be helpful to have as the week goes on. Okay, we're gonna go now into our prep poll for the day. So in these classes, you will likely have a prep poll, a preparation poll, and then a reflection poll, one at the beginning of class and one at the end of class. And normally you'll have about 2 to 5 minutes for each of these polls, and you'll answer the poll, and it'll usually be graded in some sense of the way. In these weeks, it probably won't be graded, these 2 weeks, but in the coming year in our anthropology course, it will likely maybe be graded, one of the two. So this prep poll today is about recipes, just like the sandwich recipe we saw. And the question is, what qualities make a recipe easy to follow? Pick 1 to 2 qualities and explain in detail using examples. So wait 1 second. I'm going to stop sharing and I'm going to bring up our prep poll for the day. And you should be able to see the same question. Can you all see the prep poll? It should be in front of you on your screen. Great. Yes. And so it says, what qualities make a recipe easy to follow? Pick 1 or 2 qualities and explain in detail using an example, maybe a sandwich, and maybe how that sandwich making went totally wrong because he wasn't very specific, you know? And so go ahead, you'll have about 5 minutes on this poll, and then I will end the poll. Okay? You've got about 3 minutes left, okay? 3 minutes. But take your time. It's all good. Just about 2 minutes, or maybe 1 minute left. A little bit more than that. Okay, everybody. I'm going to go ahead and end the poll in just a little bit. So maybe 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And it's totally okay if you didn't finish writing. That's totally fine. Let me go ahead and share the results with you guys. And so you should be able to see your own poll response. I don't think you should be able to see any of the other ones. And I would love it if we could have one or two of you tell us your answer of what makes a recipe easy to follow. And I'd love to take some volunteers, some hands from you guys. What makes a recipe easy to follow? Can I have a volunteer? A volunteer. I shall wait until a brave soul comes from the audience. Or maybe I'll have to call on someone. Oh no. But that's okay. Let's go to someone who hasn't talked very much. Let's hear from Daehyun Kwan. What's a quality that makes a recipe easy to follow?
Uh, I think one important quality is clarity. Recipe provides us with a easy and step-by-step manner to understand easily.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a great example of a quality that makes a recipe easy to follow. Clarity. When it's easy and step by step, it's helpful to be able to follow the recipe. Good example. Thank you. Can I hear from someone else about what is a quality that makes a recipe easy to follow? What do you think? What is one quality that might make a recipe easy to follow? Maybe Yonsong.
Uh, readily available ingredients. For instance, a recipe for pasta dish that calls for spaghetti, garlic, uh, basil, is more approachable than one requiring imported truffle.
Yeah. Oh wow. That pasta sounds very yummy. But yes, a recipe that has not too many ingredients and is very easy to follow, that requires less ingredients than others is definitely one quality that can make a recipe easy to follow. So great. Anybody else want to share before we move on? A quality that makes a recipe easy to follow. Anybody else? No? Hmm. Maybe Jongwoo?
Uh, each detail, the process must be written in detail. For example, in the process of making a sandwich, you must write down all the ingredients.
Yeah, absolutely. Details, 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 details. I think that is very true. When a recipe has all the details in it, it is definitely easy to follow. And I think a few people put this idea of details and clarity, and you guys all have very similar ideas of what a good recipe is. So you guys are all on the right track here, and that's really great to see of what a good recipe is, because that is what an algorithm is, right? A recipe is an example of an algorithm from all the step by step to solve a problem or to do a task. And that's what a recipe is. And so we have to make it clear, detailed, and simple so that someone who's not me, not you, can understand it just by looking at it. So great job. Let's go ahead and take a little, uh, or let's go to our next activity, which will be our breakouts for the day. So let me go ahead and share my screen with you again. Okay, you should be able to see my little slide here. So we're going to go into our breakouts. And in breakouts, you will be in small groups of about 4, 5, or 6 of you in a group. And you'll be working on a task that I've given you per class. So today you'll have about 15, 20 minutes for this breakout, and your objective is to create a clear and logical algorithm for a common daily task. And this will help you practice your algorithmic thinking and teamwork. So as a group, you're going to select a daily task you want to discuss, something like brushing your teeth, maybe going to class, or something like that, making a sandwich even. And then you're going to create an algorithm for that task. Does that all make sense to you guys? Thumbs up? Can I get some thumbs up? Make sense? Thumbs up from Junso, nice. Thumbs up from Yongchan. Okay, I love to see it. Love to see all those Zoom reaction buttons. If you guys have any questions, let me know. Um, So don't be worried. I'm going to put you into breakout rooms. And at the beginning, you will have nothing to work on, but I will pop by. I will come into each of your rooms and provide you with a Google document that you'll work on together. Okay. And that'll be the same for every class. most classes will have a breakout and I'll have to come in and add a Google Doc to your chat. So let's go ahead and get started with our breakouts. Let me pull up breakouts. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and open up the rooms, and then I will come and bring you your documents. And so I'll see you on the other side, okay? Go ahead into your breakout rooms. Go ahead. Okay, so they're now in their breakout rooms, and I'm going to go and give them their documents. So I will be back. For our YouTube session watchers, they are now in their breakout rooms, and I gave them all their Google Documents. And so they're going to be working for the next, I'm going to give them the full time of this breakout, which I scheduled it for 20 minutes this time, when the real activity should be 15, I believe. But I'm going to give them the full 20 minutes because we're running pretty early on time, which is good. So best to give them extra room to do their breakout. And throughout this breakout, we can actually watch by me sharing the screen. And we can see all of their breakout documents and see how they're doing. At the minute, it doesn't look like anyone has typed on their documents. And that's okay, because they're probably, it looks like in their classroom, the TA, maybe Jimin, is directing them to like group up and sit near their groups, so that it's easier for them to discuss the task at hand, is what it seems like. but I'm not there, so I actually have no clue. But for now, if you would like to take a break, it's about 15 minutes left in this breakout. Otherwise, I will start sharing my screen later after I check in on them and see how their breakout is going. So right now it looks like group one is doing putting on something. Group two is drinking, group three is drinking water. Simple algorithm, yes. Group four, it looks like they're about to put something about washing something, maybe washing clothes or washing dishes. Um, Washing face. That's a good one. Keeping clean. Nice. And so they're just going to be in their breakouts doing that for quite a while and talking about their algorithms. So for now, I'm going to turn off my audio and take a small break. Okay, I'm gonna go check in on our breakouts now. So I'll be back. I checked in on them. It seems that the TA has put them into groups so that they don't actually need to be on their computers. Only one of them needs to be typing. So it actually makes it kind of difficult to check in on them and see how they're doing. Hi, Jimin.
Okay, hi. Is there any problem in some like this session? I think I saw that like yeah, I think this kind of like actives are like better because um like the first session with the I mean the cohort golf, there was like no grouping in like on-site lecture room. So I think this students are now in their group now. So I think it's really better to students to like interact. And also I noticed that to like book play right now to on the Google Chat.
Great.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, I was going to talk to them about it because I was like, if no one else knows what Jimin is doing, maybe they should do what Jimin is doing because it
Oh,
looks
thank you.
cool. Because I was like, oh, they're probably talking more
Yes,
if they're
right.
together. Are they
Yes.
talking in English or in Korean, do you think? Or
No, actually in Korean. Did I
yeah.
have to notice that?
Uh,
Like recommending something to just talk in English? No. Is it
I
okay? I
I'll
think,
ask.
yeah. Okay.
I'll
I
ask.
think it's better to you to ask the students to do that.
Yeah, I think it'd be better if they talk in English. They definitely are writing in English, so that's fine.
Yes, yes.
So I think I saw you catch that in the first session, which was
Yes.
good because one of them was writing in Korean, and I was like, I cannot, I cannot understand.
Yeah.
But yeah, at least they're writing in English, and I will just encourage them to talk more in English. But of course,
Hmm. Hmm. And also the like
just
first yeah.
for future, let's just go
Hmm.
talk to Bukle since this is being recorded on YouTube. So
Okay.
let's talk after class about this a little bit
Okay.
more, or we can talk later.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thanks. So for our YouTube audience here, we've got about 4 people. Maybe 1 or 2 of you is Boucle and others, but I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen with you so that you can see the breakout notes that I'm looking at. So you're actually looking at breakout 3 right now, and you can see that their drinking water is their group thing, their group algorithm, and so they've got this going down here. They haven't gone to the refine your algorithm section, but that's okay because we just need an algorithm for this, and this is just a refined algorithm down here. And so let's go to group 1. Group 1 has got putting on clothes as their algorithm of choice today, so that's fun. I love this. This is so fun. This is great. This is so fun. That's so fun. I love seeing this. And two of them are probably going to present their breakouts. And then we have group 2, they have how to have a cereal for breakfast. I like that. So they'll choose a flavor of the cereal. This is so fun. Take out the milk, measure and pour. This is great. Maybe a little bit more specific will be good, but this is great. This is good. And we need a few, oh, that's so funny. I'm thinking, do you put the cereal in first or do you put the milk in first? It's pretty divisive territory that they're going in here. So they'll have to decide with this algorithm. And then we did group 3 was drinking the water. And then group 4 is washing face. Oh, wow. Look at that. 16 steps. That is a lot of steps. That is very fun. So it looks like they've only got about 1 minute and 30 seconds left, which is great. And then we'll be coming back to class, which is good. And then after that, we'll have them present. Great. I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing with you all now that we've seen all of the groups. And now it's just us again. Okay, so all students should be returning in 60 seconds to the main classroom. And then we'll go from there with some debrief. Okay. Welcome back. Welcome back. We're just going to wait a few more seconds for everyone else to come back in, okay? Welcome back. Welcome back, Soan. Welcome back, Yongchan. Welcome back. Come on back. Okay, looks like everybody is coming back in now. Okay, everybody, welcome back in. Great to have you back. We are now going to go into the debrief of our breakouts. If you guys could turn on your cameras when you get back to your desk, that'd be great. Yerim, Dayun, and Junso, that'd be great. Love to see your smiling faces in this class, that's for sure. So, my question for you all is, could I have one group present their chosen algorithm for us? Maybe one or two groups. Does anyone want to present their algorithm? I need at least one. Possibly two. I really want two. So, anybody want to present? Let's see. What were our algorithms? We've got putting on clothes as one of ours. We've got how to have a cereal for breakfast. I think I want to hear from this group. Breakout group two for sure. That sounds great. Um, Cereals. Let's see. Group two was um Yerim and Junso and Hyojin and Daeun. I'd love to hear from that group. And can you describe your algorithm for us? Anybody can take on the role of presenter here and just tell us about your algorithm.
Okay, so our group made an algorithm about eating a cereal for breakfast. So first of all, we our group thought about choosing the flavor of cereal, like what to eat, for example, like corn frost or something. And second, we take out the cereal ball and spoon from the shelf, and we also take out the milk from the refrigerator. And next, we measure and pour the amount of cereal to fill approximately the half of the bowl. And we pour the milk together with the same amount of the cereal. And lastly, we grab a spoon and enjoys it.
Well, thank you for making this enjoyable bowl of cereal for me. That's great. Very, it's almost divisive, this question of do you put the cereal in first or do you put the milk in first? Right? And you guys chose to put the cereal in first and then the milk. I love it. I would love to hear from another group and ask them this question of, do you think they did a good job? Is their algorithm good? Do they have anything they could improve here, or what's so good about it if it's amazing and perfect? I'd love to come to another room since this was group two. Maybe maybe we ask Dongha, was this a good algorithm? And if it wasn't, what could they do better? And if it was good, why was it so good?
Our algorithm is washing my hand, washing my face algorithm.
Uh, uh, I,
And
I,
usually,
no, no, no. So I wanted to ask you about their algorithm, not
uh,
yours.
okay, okay.
And I'll ask, is this good? Is the serial algorithm, is it good? And
Yes,
what's so
yes.
good? What's good about it?
Mm, mm, mm. It's nice point. Take out the milk from the refrigerators. I think, mm, mm.
Yeah, take your time.
It's my
All okay.
always routine in the morning.
Oh,
So I think it's good morning routines. Like
yeah.
like me.
Yeah, yeah. Good routine. And it's simple, yeah? It's a very simple, taking the milk out of the refrigerator, doing all these steps, just like we talked about earlier, right? It's simple enough for us to follow it, and yet it's detailed also in a way, pouring half the bowl, just half, making sure it's half, so that the milk will then fit with the cereal. So good job, group two. Let's go to a different group. Would anyone like to volunteer to present their algorithm from a different group? C1. Let me check what group you were in. You are group one. Group one did putting on clothes. Go ahead, C1.
Okay. Yeah. Um, the straw. You open the dresser, pull out the underwear, pants, t-shirts, and socks. Then
Underwear, put your right leg into the hole in underwear and left leg into the other hole. Then lace the wear all the way up.
Next, t-shirt. Put your arms into the two deep holes in each top side of the t-shirt and then put your head into the round hole in the middle. Be careful not to wear it opposite.
And take your pants and put your legs into each hole of your pants and pull up pants up to waist.
Then you take one sock and grab open the opposite sides of the cuff with both hands. Then you put your foot into the opening you made and pull the sock cuff up above your ankle until you feel tension in your toe. You lastly tug on the heel, sole, foot, and toe part of the sock softly for a comfortable fit. Then you repeat for the other side.
So great. And scene. That was so good. I love it. Putting on clothes together, right? Great job, group one, for everybody participating in that and telling us about your algorithm. It was great. Now, let's go and ask a different group. Maybe we'll ask Unsol. Do you think they did a good job here? What did they do good, or what did they do? What could be improved, or what did they do good?
I think this is a good algorithm because they focuses on each step of each part of the clothes, like t-shirts and pants. They explain each part very specific and they focuses on details. So even if you didn't know how to wear clothes, you can wear it.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's so good in how specific it is, especially in the socks, right? You gotta tug on the heel, the sole, the foot, and toe part of the sock. Very specific, right? So very nice job, group one here. So thank you to all of our wonderful groups. Let's go ahead and move to our next part here. Oop, let me make sure everyone is muted. Okay, so let's go ahead and move to our next activity, which is our recipe for success as a class. So just like recipes use specific ingredients to create a dish, success requires a mix of qualities, skills, and actions. Today, we're going to create our own recipe for success as a class, with each of you contributing some ingredients. So hopefully you brought an ingredient of a recipe for success that you made yourself, maybe like doing a presentation or riding a bike, or doing a goal of some sort. And so think on how those ingredients could be used in a classroom environment, right? And so go ahead and add at least one ingredient to the chat. You all know where to access the chat, yes? Okay. And otherwise, I'm going to move over to our recipe for success. And I'd love to see, what do you think are some ingredients for our classroom of recipe for success. So two of the examples here are 2 cups of perseverance, 1 tablespoon of feedback. So I'm going to put those in here as 2 cups perseverance, 1 tablespoon. Oops, I spelled it wrong. Tablespoon of feedback. And I'm not seeing anything in the chat, but anybody have any ideas of some recipe ingredients that we would want to bring to this classroom as an environment? Brave souls. Brave souls. Anybody? What do you think we need to be successful in my classroom, Professor Holloway's classroom, your classroom? What do we need to bring to the table? We've got perseverance, feedback. Oh, C1. I love this. 1 cup of bravery to pour into our souls. How right are we in this 2 weeks? I will say brave souls so often. So 1 cup, maybe more than 1 cup, maybe 3 cups of bravery, because we need a lot of bravery in this class, right? I think there's other things we could be bringing into this, right? Any other ideas? Uh, Hyojin, any ideas about an ingredient we can bring to class?
One cup of confidence.
Of what?
Confidence.
Confidence?
Yeah.
1 cup of confidence. That's great. I think you are right on. I love that. I wonder who you were looking at on the distance to tell you about the confidence. And I'm sure you will continue to have the confidence in this. So that is definitely something we need to bring. Anybody else have some other ideas? Maybe Daeyun Oh?
Maybe maybe 1 cup of participation.
Ooh. Oh man, that's a good one. And I think I'm gonna bring it up. And I'm gonna bring it up to 4 cups of participation. Um, we need to bring a lot of participation into class, right? Like I said at the beginning of class, I said my personal rules is I'm asking for your participation in all these classes because you make it what it will be. So getting our volunteers who have such great ideas, just like this one, cups of participation is a great idea here. So love to see that. Um, Anybody else before we wrap up this nice recipe? Yes, well, I love it. 1 teaspoon of luck for our happiness. Such a small amount of luck, right? But I have a feeling even that small amount of luck will bring us a lot of joy and happiness throughout these classes. So, great suggestion here. And I will go ahead and suggest maybe 1 cup of preparing so that as we go towards our next classes, we do our pre-class work to the best of our abilities. We put words that we don't understand in the glossary so that we can get help with them as we need it. And we do our readings and we watch the videos that we need to watch. So we come to class ready to participate with our 4 cups of participation and to participate with confidence, with our 1 cup of confidence and 3 cups of bravery into our souls. So wonderful recipe we've got here. I am hoping that as we go through, you take this to heart as you're going to be brave and confident and prepared and participate in class. And this is your recipe that you've created together for what will make this class succeed with me and with you. So I'm looking forward to these next 2 weeks and the next whole year together in our anthropology course with these ingredients for our classroom. So nice recipe, you guys. What are we going to make with it? Like a sandwich, a burger, or are we going to just combine it all and make like some chocolate chip cookies, something like that? I like chocolate chip cookies. Maybe someone can tell me what their favorite dessert is in the chat that we're going to make with this great recipe. But with that, let's go on to our summary for the day. Great job, everybody, with today. I'm so excited and proud of all of us taking our first steps into college together. The session was all about algorithmic thinking and seeing how it applies to both simple and complex tasks, brushing teeth, other things like that. Can someone give me a takeaway from today that they got from this class? Anything that you learned from this class? I'd love to hear from someone. What did you learn today about algorithms, algorithmic thinking? Anybody? We're going to put in the bravery and the participation of our recipe into this final summary to hopefully get a brave soul to raise their hand, maybe? Nobody? Somebody. I'd love to have someone raise their hand so I don't have to call on someone, but I will call on someone if you want. And if nobody takes one for the team, I'm going to go to Junso or Junso. How do you, I forget how to pronounce it. I want to pronounce it right. What did you learn today in class about algorithms or about anything?
I think that break into small things is very important because the complex problem in itself is very hard to solve with once.
Yeah, absolutely. Breaking things down into an algorithm makes it easier to solve because you can't just solve a complex problem all at once, right? So breaking it down into these easy and actionable steps is great. And it really helps solve the problem. Awesome. That is perfect. And then another one for myself is that you learned that algorithms aren't just for computers, right? Algorithms can help you make a daily routine for yourself, or can help you write a recipe, or do any sort of thing that is not just math related. So great to hear that. I have loved hearing all of your reflections and the importance of communication and bringing in all of our recipes to class to give you fresh insights. So let's go ahead and talk about the bingo for today. So as a part of this course, this inter-college program, you might have seen this bingo in your welcome packet, or it's on the HY on for you guys, I believe. And so we've created this fun bingo for you to complete. It's totally optional, but it might set you up for success at your year at Hanyang by finding a study spot near you or discovering some student discounts or doing any of sorts of these tasks on the bingo. And you can print it off or you can just do it digitally. And by the end of these 2 weeks, you might even get a prize for getting as many as you can. So that is pretty much it for today. There is no collaboratory for today. Since there's no collaboratory, which means tomorrow you will start your first collaboratories after class where you'll have to submit something at the end of the day. But today we're just getting to know the class. No collaboratory today. So make sure to prep well for tomorrow. Do those pre-class work. Bring the answers to those questions in the pre-class work to class so that when I ask for a volunteer, maybe someone will have the answer because it'll be in the pre-class work, right? So that'll be great. And if anyone has any questions, please feel free to stay behind and I can try to answer them. But otherwise, I will see you tomorrow. Okay. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Thanks so much for coming. See you tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye. And for our YouTube participants, that is the end. We usually have about 15 minutes of buffer on the lesson plan, or 10 to 15 minutes on the lesson plan, just for buffering. But looks like this session ran pretty quickly, I believe. Possible I could have gotten a little bit more hands from them, but not very many hands came up. So that's okay. I also probably could have taken a little bit more time with some of the specific things. But yeah. Okay. Bye, YouTube.